Okay, so we're ready to move on to one of the more enjoyable parts of the build. We're actually going to paint the plane. We're going to paint the fuselage. We're going to do it the base color. We're going to do it, this will be the base. We're going to spray this on, and then we're going to brush this color, and we're going to brush the green. Now, I'm not sure if I want to go with this green or the darker green. We'll see. We'll see how the base coat comes out. And I don't know if we're going to do one coat or two. But the first thing we're going to do is I want to put some paper down, because we are going to be spraying. What we got to do now is we got to take the plane back apart. So we're going to separate the fuselage halves like that. And we've got the two rear wings, side wings, and we're going to take off the, you guys, that's how they're going to go back in with the little gears so they can actually move. But we're going to take these off. We've got to be careful because now we have the bombs and the missiles on the bottom of them. Pretty easy. And we've got the bottom. You can see where the landing gear is going to go. And we've got the bombs, or these might be missiles or bombs, I'm not sure. Okay, so this is all ready to paint. So the first thing we got to do is we got to get some of the paint thinner. We have to prime the brush. Make sure it's clean from last time. Especially when we spray in here, because there's a lot of nooks and crannies and areas that we're going to have to be careful for. So make sure the lid's on. Let's go ahead and give it a test. Yeah. All right. Now we can start spraying. I think we'll start with the bottom, and I gotta see where I can hold it for now. Actually, let's just go ahead and And the biggest thing is, you can see the detail, and there are no clumps. It's a nice even spray, and everything is covered evenly. I'm thinking we probably should do we should probably spray on the camouflage as well, but we'll come to that later on. Okay, so this section is all finished. Put that over there for now. And let's see, let's do this part, the top half of the fuselage. Let's check our paint supply. Looking pretty good. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Okay, so we finally got done painting, and I used just about the entire bottle, but it was worth it because I wanted to get every nook and cranny, and I was worried about the fine little detail not showing up, but it really did a good job. You can see the landing gear doors are open. We've got the wings all painted. We got rid of that awful looking red that was on the bottom. So we got both of the, well, we got the whole fuselage done in the base coat. We've got the little wings that go on in the back. And finally we have the top of the fuselage. Okay, so the fuselage has had some time to dry, and I just loosely kind of fit the parts together, kind of show you. And we've got, got to be careful where we handle it, but you can see the, it looks a lot better now that it's all one color. So what we got to do now is we have to do the camouflage. So I put a bobby pin to try to clamp the back and keep it in place. And we have the front, the nose, we've got the elastic on it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the camouflage on like this. I think it'll be easier, and then we could take it apart and finish it up with the different parts. All right, so maybe we'll start with the back. Maybe we can start with the wing. Okay, so let me show you guys. We got the first, well, actually the second color on, and the only color we have left is going to be the green. But we're going to have to wait until this is dry. You can see the top of the plane. Let me show you the bottom. Okay, so it had some time to dry, And I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the final color on. And we'll do the green. I think I'm going to go with the lighter green, just because it seems to show up a little bit better than the darker one. So we'll go with this green. All right, so she had some time to dry overnight, and I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, the airbrush makes all the difference. It just looks amazing. It went from looking like a toy, or like, well, the paint job on it before wasn't really spectacular. But now it went to looking like something that looks a little more formidable. And the next step is to move on. We're going to do the lights. That's why when I painted this, I didn't glue everything together, because we still have a lot to do before the final assembly. We got to do the landing gear, the wheels, the nose cone. We got to install the lights. There's going to be a light on top over here, and from what I see from the pictures, that's red. We're going to put a flashing white light on the bottom, and I found out through the pictures that these, through the air intakes on either side, actually have a yellow light on them. So we got to put a yellow light there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 right off the bat. They also have a light on the tail fin. I wish I would have known that when I had put the pieces together, but it's too late to do that now. In addition to the running lights and the flashing light, we're going to put the LEDs in the back to simulate the thrusters, the rocket thrusters. And of course we have the cockpit with the lights in it. So the way it stands right now, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 lights going onto the plane. We've got 2 in the cockpit, so we've got 6 lights. And what we're going to do is we're going to hollow this out, and we're going to actually insert. Let me show you guys the power pack. This is going to be the plan. And what we're going to do, see, of all the, because this kit wasn't brand new, and of all the pieces that were missing, we had the panel on this side that was missing. But that's okay, because I was wondering where we were going to put the power pack in order to power the lights. You can see the on-off switch. It's not really huge. It's got the battery, the coin batteries that operate this. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put it in so we can put it in an angle, because we're going to have to, because there's not a lot of room in here, and the switch will be right there. Plus, we're going to leave it where it can be taken out and the batteries can be changed. So you guys can see the overall paint job is pretty much finished. The only thing we have to do is there's a couple of pieces that I got to touch up, like when we do the cage for the pilot, for the cockpit, and we got the glass. I'll touch that up. We can use a brush for that. Bits and pieces we might have to touch up when we put things together. There's a couple of side pieces that are going to go on it, as well as a middle piece, and we can use the brush for that. But other than that, the paint job is pretty much finished, and it took a little while. Actually, the edit, I'm going to edit down a lot of time, but in order to get into all of the crevices, the nooks, the crannies. And I'm glad I used the airbrush, because the paintbrush would have left marks and it just wouldn't have looked as professional. And this is actually the first time I ever paint a camouflage. Actually, it's the first time I do this kind of model kit to begin with. I never did a military craft. We will be doing at one point the jet, the fighter jet, in the episode Return to Tomorrow from Polar Lights. That's going to be a fun model. And now that I know how to do a little bit, I have a little bit of experience with aircraft, that'll be fun. The only airbrushing that we have left to do on this is there are scorch marks from the rockets that we got to put on, and weathering. So we can do that, but that'll be towards the end, and that'll be after we do the decals, because the plane, you wouldn't think that it's got a lot of decals, but the decal sheet is pretty large. And when we move on, like I said, we're going to do the lighting. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video, and this was pretty fun. It's always fun to use the airbrush, and I think the results came out pretty cool. And in the next video, we're going to move on. We're going to put the lights, and we're really going to start to have some fun. So my friends, thank you so much for watching, and until my next video, I'll talk to you soon.